Running's a great sport, but we really only move in one plane of motion. And so in order for us to be well-rounded athletes, we need to do other exercises to balance us out so that we're moving in other planes, working those different muscle groups that we don't use in running. So I've got a workout right here. It's 4 exercises. They're all going to work those areas that we don't use in running that get underused. 4 exercises. We're going to do 10 to 20 reps of each exercise every time you do this, and you can do 2 to 4 sets whenever you're designing your workout. I'm just going to go over each exercise, teach you each one, and then it's up to you to put these together and get strong off of them. All you need is a dumbbell for this one. Maybe not even a dumbbell. Our first exercise is going to be a good morning. So it strengthens the back, really gets the lower abs engaged. Basically teaches us to move with a flat back. A lot of times when we're running, we've always got that slightly forward lean even though the core is engaged. So with our good mornings, we're going to strengthen that by taking a wider than hip width stance. Let's just do it with no weight first. Get your toes facing forward, and now start to fold forward as I'm squeezing these muscles below my belly button. Stick your butt out, keep your back flat, and come right back up. That's what it looks like from the front. I'll show you from the side now. So again, little bend in the knees, engage those lower abs, start to fold forward, keep that chest lifted, squeeze your abs, come back up and squeeze the glutes. It's all in the glutes. That's what we want to do, is start to realize how strong these muscles are and how they can control us moving just like this with a nice flat back. So once you've got that movement down, then we can start to add a little weight to it. So we can do it goblet style. Take a dumbbell, hold it like this, I don't care, as long as you're keeping your chest lifted. So we'll go from the side again. Chest is lifted, my feet are wider than hip width, and they're facing forward. Little bend in the knees right here. I'm going to fold forward with that lifted chest, and then come right back up with the hip snap at the top. Keeping that back flat the entire time. Those are your good mornings. Do 10 to 20 of those. Make sure you're keeping your back flat. If we feel any pinching in the low back, that means that you have probably started to round your back whenever you're going down. If you're starting to round the back, or if you feel pain, come out of that and then just work on moving with a flat back in a smaller range of motion. Next exercise, we're going to be doing some twisting. So this is definitely not a movement that we do much of unless we're looking at traffic while we're running. So we're going to come down on the ground and we're going to do some boat twists. So for this one, we're going to get into boat pose. Your level 1 boat pose is just like this. The knees are bent, heels are resting on the ground, and then just like our good mornings, the back is nice and straight right here. I'm going to keep my hands up here around my chest, interlock my fingers, lift the chest, and now twist off to one side, and then come back and twist to the other. The whole time, I'm keeping my spine straight. This is your level 1. To make this harder, we can start to lift one foot off the ground, and then maybe switch. And when that becomes easy, we start to lift 2 feet off the ground. That becomes harder. Make sure you're keeping your chest lifted right here so the spine is straight, not round. 10 to 20 of those guys as well. Just like last time, spine straight. If you're feeling pain in the low back, go on and regress back down a level. If it's painful or really hard just to twist, let's just work on holding this pose right here. That's your boat twist. Next exercise. We really need to work on our knee stability as runners. Working on this outside lining tissue right here. We want to make sure that our knees don't buckle whenever we move. So we're going to engage the glutes and be able to do single leg squats with these. So don't be intimidated. You can do a single leg squat. It's not as hard as it sounds. We're going to stand on one leg Just support yourself next to a wall somewhere. And then we're going to do a little bit of a squat. So I want you to watch my knee right here. I'm going to squat down and then come right back up. Notice how my knee did not drift in or out, but it was really stable. That's a small range of motion. This is a really nice introduction into a single leg squat. I'm using my glute to pull the knee out. Once I start to get deeper, it becomes a little bit harder. Make sure we're keeping tension in the belly right here. Those are your single leg squats. I want to show you a bad single leg squat now. So those were good. This is a bad one. See how my knee drifts in? Don't want that to happen. So make sure that the knee doesn't buckle in. We can always see that the knee is pulled off to the side right there. The more you do of these, the stronger you get, the more you'll be able to deepen that range of motion. And then maybe even try to do some without using the wall, just like that. Once you get those down, then you can graduate into pistol squats, but that's for another video. Next exercise, side hip lifts. So just like our boat twist kind of worked our core, we want to work the core running down the side again. So we'll come down to the ground. I'm going to have my elbow directly underneath my shoulder, and now I'm going to get set up for my side hip lift. So elbows underneath the shoulder. I'm going to pack the shoulder away from my ear, and then I'm going to flex my feet towards my face. I can either put my hand on top of my hips or right here. It doesn't matter, because what I'm going to do is lift the hips and come right back down. As I'm lifting, I'm pressing the hips forward so that I'm not collapsing backwards and folding like this. So there's a lot of engagement in the obliques, in the glutes, and all the way down the side of the legs. Right back down. So starting from the shoulder, lift, pack the shoulder away from the ear, squeeze the obliques, glutes, flex your feet towards your face, come back down. These are how you do your side hip lift reps. Make sure you're always pressing those hips forward, 10 to 20 of those. All right, those 4 exercises are really going to help round out your running game. I hope you enjoy those. Have fun.